Okay, we're going to start with the nation. PDP crisis. Stop bragging, Lamido tells Wike supporters and supporters. ASUU plans indefinite strike. Nigeria-US signed pact on return of the $23.4 million Abacha loot. This is never-ending Abacha loot. Flooding. Presidency queries state on ecological funds. Why I stoned my sons to death. $33 million power deal. Finance power ministries to face reps. INEC, EFCC disagree on Electoral Offences Commission bill. Zenith posts 405 billion naira gross earnings in 6 months. Okay, which story are we starting with?
Let me start with the human interest in the nation. So this story caught my attention. A man stoned his 2 sons, not one, to death. This is the most deliberate murder that I have seen recently within domestic, as a domestic violence. So his name is Elisha Tari. He says that he was having a conversation with his children, 2 boys, under 5 years, both of them, and he was asking them to say God, and the children playfully kept saying fire. I asked them to say God, and they kept saying fire. This 25-year-old man decided from Michika Council in, what is the state again, Adamawa, decided to continue. He is supposed to be like a local musician that sings within that village where he stays, and he kept saying to his children, say God, say God. The children just kept saying fire, and that provoked him. He picked up stones, heavy stones, and targeted the heads of the children, each of them, like that, and killed them. Now, in the story, there's traces of him being a user of drugs, injure him, and they're thinking, or maybe alcohol, something must have, or the tramadol, or any of the other drugs that he uses that would have triggered it. But this is the worst case of domestic violence that I've seen recently.
Yeah, so there's likely to be a last-minute change, and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, are saying that they will likely declare an indefinite strike over the federal government's failure to meet its demands. They said that most of the 123 branches of the union completed their congresses, and others are supposed to complete theirs today. And while they were having all of those congresses, everybody was voting for nothing more than an indefinite strike that they will be carrying out. And they said at the end of the day, they will collate the report. That's the NEC. Will collate the report, and then they will decide whether they are going to go on this strike or not. They said, according to the Minister of Education, that one of the things stalling their negotiation is the fact that the lecturers are refusing not to be paid their 6 months salary for a work that they did not do. And he had presented it to the president, which was rejected. And so ASUU is also alleging that what they notice is that some undertakers of privatization are waiting for the universities to fail so that they will take them over, that is the conspiracy that is going on. And there's a plan to deny children of the poor access to university education. And that is what they are seeing, and they are putting their feet down to say that we must get everything that we have asked for us to resume the strike, or everybody should just go home. This is becoming scarier by the day, and I don't know what we can, tell the students who are likely not going to be going to school this year if they go by this indefinite strike, what they can begin to do. Maybe go online, get some free courses, just keep themselves busy, because I don't know how the pendulum will swing when it comes to ASUU and the federal
Interestingly, when I had traveled, there was a Nigerian who was saying that he was so impressed by Nigerian young people that he was able to hire 2 people. What is it, digital marketing or something, or business? He's paying them in pounds. They learned it, and he was asking them, how did you learn it? They said they learned it online.
Online.
They learned it, and he's paying them for the work they're doing. So there are opportunities online for people to learn and then earn.
Free courses everywhere.
I wanted to take
I was going to take one more story in the major headline, because I've been following this PDP crisis for a while, and I'm surprised that it's yet to stop. Let me see. So the crisis continued as the governor of Jigawa State, yes, Sule Lamido, was accusing the River State governor that he's being an emperor. The former governor of Jigawa State was accusing the governor, Wike, saying that he's the emperor of River State. That listen, you only have, by next year, your term is over. Stop acting, stop guy. You know that by this time next year, you are out of office. So the influence you think you are wielding right now, in the next few months, is done. Yeah. That he needs to come back to the negotiation table. He was actually faulting the fact that they're yet to stop, and I have a consensus on this issue, because Wike now is traveling, and there's reports that he went to France. He might be meeting Asiwaju in the abroad. We don't know what's going on, but the way he's skirting around other parties, the party members are saying, listen, yes, you have influence. Yes, we need River State. Yes, we need your influence.
But tone it down.
Calm down. In the next few months, you're going to...
I think the PDP is a very unserious party, and they don't learn from their past mistakes. The House Committee on Finance that I took their story yesterday on this $33 million take-or-pay payment to one power generation company continued. This time around, they have, decided to summon everybody, summon the Minister for Finance, summon the Bureau of Public Procurement, the Niger Delta Power Holding Company, they've summoned the Nigerian Bulk Electricity Company, the TCN, and the Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission, NEC. They've summoned everybody because it still doesn't make sense that, that company is now defending themselves for why they are unable to meet at least 450 megawatts electricity daily. According to them, they said that they had to evacuate something. So one transmission line had not been completed. That transmission line is supposed to carry power from Benin to Osogbo. It's called the Benin-Osogbo transmission line. And due to that transmission line not being completed, they are unable to meet the target for which they are being paid $33 million monthly. And so they are still being paid the money that's, and then they're claiming a frustration to their meeting their own side of their commitment to that contract. So I believe that the House of Reps should stay on this issue. If you're unable to meet your target with a difficulty, and that difficulty has not been met, why then do you want to go and sign a take or pay? So it's a win-win situation for you. Nigeria good, Nigeria no good. Ogata. Mentality. So this is taxpayers' money, Nigerians' money. $3 million is not chicken change that they'll be paying you for not generating anything. I think they should stay on this. All agencies summoned plus more should be summoned on this. Let's get to the root of things.
Okay. All right, let's move on. The punch. Tinubu Wike meets in UK, PDP talks Wobble. Picture story here. Truck crashes in Lagos Ibadan Expressway Bridge causes gridlock. Cultists shoot rival dead in Lagos restaurant. Suspect snapped. 12 NNPP supporters, passengers die in Nasarawa Ondo crashes. PDP assembles 100 witnesses, says Oyetola's petition time wasting. Recovered Abacha loot hits $334 million. US condemns corruption. ASUU parents propose 10,000 naira support levy for varsities. And PSC workers threaten strike. Commission suspends recruitment. Okay, so yesterday we are still recovering Abacha's. Hey, in fact, when I think
this
of
money
Abacha,
no they ever finish.
I'm telling you. So yesterday, the ambassador, the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, Mary Leonard, was signing they were signing, doing the signing of the agreements with the federal government for the repatriation of the $23 million. Was saying that in total they have repatriated $334 million Abacha loot. And it's saying that this distorts the economics and access to levy services. It hinders development, pushes citizens towards extremism, and makes countries and other officials susceptible to malicious foreign interference. And they were just going on and on with the fact that the role of corruption, how endemic corruption has become, and the effects of corruption in our economy. Saying that hopefully this now, but nobody talked about what this money will be used. So $23 million have been added so far to the money, making it $334 million since Abacha. Where did Abacha go now?
Shouldn't they give this money to ASUU?
This is 24 years ago, and so
we're still recovering the money.
How much did this man take?
And they're not giving us interest, though.
Okay, let's go on a quick break. When I come back, we'll continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch.
Punch, yes, I have a story, yeah. So 3 suspected members of the Klansman confraternity have been arrested by men of the Lagos State Police Command for allegedly shooting a member of the Eye confraternity, Akinola Ayebusi, to death in a restaurant at Alakbere area of the state. And they said that normal activities were ongoing on the day when the suspects who were said to be on a revenge mission trailed Ayibusi to the front of a restaurant. While he ran in, they were armed with cutlasses and guns, and they started hitting him in the restaurants. That destabilized the people who were relaxing in the way. Everybody was running helter-skelter. They finally killed him and then ran away. But some people were able to report to the police, and police has trailed them. Out of 6 of them that came for that, 3 have been arrested. The police is promising to get the remaining 3. So the investigation is still ongoing. They said they recovered guns from them and other ammunitions. And in the course of questioning, they said that they were trying to revenge the death of their own leader that was killed in November 2021. That's the Aye confraternity, and that's why they decided to kill this particular person. So hopefully they'll be able to get the remaining 3 who have absconded, and they'll be arraigned in court.
For murder.
For murder.
Then they'll increase the death row waiting list because they murdered outright.
Okay.
Truck crashes into Lagos Ibadan Expressway. So this story, I did not see the story inside, but Punch reported that the truck had crashed into the rail at barricade inward towards Ibadan on the Lagos Ibadan Expressway, leaving commuters in hardship. It had happened on Monday, and by Tuesday it had caused major gridlock at that spot. The picture shows that, you know, the truck was being removed after a while. And so Punch used that story to develop how commuters are suffering hardship, people talking about how the works on that road should be done at night, in the middle of the night, and, you know, is people's hardship in the morning.
But you see, I get worried when things like that happen. We're so quick to point fingers. And this is what got me in trouble the last time, where they were saying that Julius Berger thing. Listen, they put a barricade. It means that they're working on the road. You, as a commuter, first of all, you as a driver, are you first of all composed enough to drive? Can you see the barricades? Can you see the detours? Many of us don't see that. And then this truck rammed into a barricade. He's not supposed to go there. All over the world, there are barricades where they're fixing roads.
The story says maybe due to brake failure.
Exactly.
But
so how is that now do work
in
in the night?
It's been raining a bit. I don't know if it's raining in your area. It's been raining. Careful driving.
Simple. You already take responsibility first.
The barricade
because of the barricade
the one already existing.
Yes, there will be barricades. You're going to fix the road.
You're
going to fix the road.
Just drive.
Okay, they put barricade. They will before, Uncle. Moving on to Daily Sun.
Yeah, back up.
Ballot, this is true now. It's really annoying. Ballot snatchers, vote buyers, risk 20 years, 15 years jail terms. IPOB goes after kidnappers of 4 Reverend Sisters. Buhari reiterates commitments to tackle banditry and terrorism. Fake news, misinformation, exacerbating insecurity, says federal government. Court officers, police impound Andy Uba's cars over debt owed Arthur Eze. PDP BOT chair insists IU should go. And US Science Park with FG to return the $23 million Abacha loot, which BC is saying they should just give it to us. So once they get that money, they should give it to us.
Please.
If we can even make that headline.
Yeah.
$23 million Abacha loot handed over
give
to
it
us.
to them. Then
simple.
Monitor what they are doing.
Life is easy. You know, everybody goes back
so that
to work.
Students can go back to school. It's just annoying.
Okay, good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Which story are we taking in the Daily Sun?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I took the Andy Uba story. I found it interesting that, you know, I'm reading about a court enforcement of a judgment inside the papers. So Andy Uba had taken a 50 million naira loan from Oranto Petroleum Limited belonging to Arthur Eze, the popular billionaire, Igbo billionaire, and he did not pay back. So Arthur went to court and enforced the judgment. And they went into his property in Abuja, Sokoro, and cleared cars to enforce that judgment. I just found it interesting, Sha. It's just gossip, just. Okay.
So the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, are vowing to go after the gunmen who abducted 4 Catholic Reverend Sisters recently at Omulolo in Okigwe local government area of Imo State. And according to their spokesperson, Ima Power, said was saying that the abductors need to release these female clerics. They did not do anything to deserve such treatment, and they are going to comb all the bushes to ensure that they get these women out. They said they'll be using the help of the Eastern Security Network, which is theirs, to comb these bushes. They also said that they realized that a lot of banditry is happening in that area, and they are not the ones responsible for it. They said they do not have a camp at Enugu Ezike in Enugu State, because there's been a rumor that they are camped there. Said they are not the ones. They have not recruited any member of IPOB or into the Eastern Security Network in the last 2 years. So all those people who are going around using their name to perpetrate acts are pure criminals, and the federal government needs to focus on that and fish them out. They said that the Igbo people do not kill their own. They are not asking anybody to bring money to come and be a part of IPOB. People are just volunteering to support, and they cannot stop people who say they want to fight for Biafra. There's also another group that is trying to impersonate IPOB who are fighting for Biafra. They say it's not their job to stop people who want to fight for Biafra, but they should not lie using their names. Everybody should stand with their own name. They said there's, I think one of the groups is called Autopilot something, that are going around saying that they are also IPOB as well.
Okay, so I took the story. The Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, was speaking at a conference organized, at a summit organized by the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations. He was saying that the fake news is part of what is exacerbating the issue of insecurity. That yes, our soldiers are there paying the ultimate price, but yet fake news actually facilitates or even makes this, exacerbates this in the this issue of insecurity. He was saying specifically that the twin evil of fake news and misinformation have fueled apprehension and anxiety in the country. And he gave examples. He cited about 2 or 3 examples, one of which was back in August 10th, where the Kaduna State governor had debunked an online report claiming that hundreds of bandits had laid siege at the Kaduna-Zaria road. He also said that the fake news advised travelers not to enter Zaria due to the presence of bandits in Dubai. They found out that was fake news. He also referenced the story where they said there was a drone that was seen around. I think that was that story where they said there were some people wearing red, cooking somewhere. Video showing a group of 5 men wearing red clothes, cooking inside unknown forest, went viral. Thinking, those are the bandits. They now found that, I think when BBC now did an investigation, found out that it wasn't even in Nigeria. So these fake news, they feel the anger, the anxiety of Nigerians, and get people more angry. So, and it totally even it worsens the efforts of our boys who are out there paying the ultimate price for our safety. So it makes it difficult for them to even move forward in the fight against insurgency.
Flying around on WhatsApp, people sending it around of burnt bodies and saying that Nigerian soldiers killed people up east. And that's the worst kind of fake news, because if you find the source of that video, it goes all the way to the Central Republic of Congo, their religious issue. And that picture, they keep recycling it and claiming it happened here in Nigeria.
Okay, let's move on quickly. Let's see how much time we have left. Just 2 minutes. Let's move on to the Nigerian Tribune. Let's find a story we've not taken. Police arrest 2 soldiers over murder of Islamic cleric in UB. About any move to sell Polaris Bank Group pleads with Buhari. Let's find another story. ASUU holds state congresses nationwide tomorrow to decide on strike. Governors should account for state-level emergency funds collected, says presidency. Osun government talks tough over political assassination. Okay, which story?
Civil rights advocacy group, Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, are appealing to the President Muhammadu Buhari, to halt alleged plans to sell Polaris Bank. They said they got the reports from an online platform that the central bank has perfected the plan to sell the bank under the pretense that it's alleged distress, that the bank is in distress. So they are asking that the federal government, that's our president, waits into the matter and stops the sale. They are also saying that if the bank is sold, it will not only generate fear in the money market, but it will also worsen the harsh economic climate in the country. And if they have issues, they need to resolve it instead of just resorting to selling the bank. And that is what they are suspecting. Some people are planning so that they can take ownership of the bank. And so government needs to do something to stop this. Okay, so basically.
I have the story of the governors should account for...
Oh, yeah, I have that story. Go ahead.
Go on. You take it.
And so what happened was, it was Garba Shehu that was saying that ecological funds are given to the governors. So when they have issues of flooding, erosion, that yes, federal government is like a second responder. So their own is that they can come to support you. But the state governors, they are the first responder. Your job is to fix issues of flooding erosion within your jurisdiction. That there are 3 levels of government. So according to the law, their job as federal government is to support. So what are you doing with the ecological fund? So they're not going to start asking each of the governors. They are coming to us saying that we should come and help you with the flooding, and this basically we come federal government to come and help us. Yeah, you, first of all, as a governor, your job, because you have the funds to fix the flooding within your state. And he has also pointed out other states are doing some work. So those ones that are doing some work, they can actually support those. But you have not done anything. We need to find out what you're doing with your ecological funds. That's pretty much that. So is there want to add anything to it?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Let me quickly take the 2 soldiers arrested. So 2 soldiers, a Lance Corporal, John Gabriel, and another soldier that was his accomplice, killed a sheikh, Isimi Goni, and took his car. And in this, the police were able to arrest them, and they were giving account of how he was killed. They said that the intention that morning at their checkpoint was to take any car that they see and, take it away. So they deployed a way to distract the owner of the car, deceive him that his car had a fault. While he was checking, they shot him and took his car. These are very Nigeria here. And then they sold the car for their own various purposes, which they use. I'm happy that they've been arrested. At least we'll know for now that, the police can intervene in national issues like crime like that. So whether it's a soldier that killed somebody or anybody else, it's the Nigerian police who should arrest and
okay, that's prosecuted. All we can take on Front Page Review. When we return, move on to our hot topic of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.